sensitive smile, maybe tell a joke. Holding back your tears, singing minimal.
It is a so the roof is open, and it's time for football at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Indianapolis Colts. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Get ready! Get ready!
Check pass, check pass. Strong right, strong right, strong right. Hey, boys, we got four down.
They go play action here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Julian Blackman. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, 92 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy.
Rodrigo Blankenship.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Returnable for Dorsett. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Let's go, boys.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And the Seahawks first down.
From the gun, it's Wilson. The pass complete to Hakeem Butler. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off, okay? So they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Switch.
From the gun, a give to Penny. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
From the shotgun, Wilson.
It's sad they pay me. I'll do it.
5. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
That ties the game.
Extra point up and through by Myers. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we are tied at 7. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
19, Tiger.
Watch the run. 56.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Let's go. 56.
They'll try to run for the first with Taylor.
Let's go, defense.
He's at the 40. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Returnable for Dorsett. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
Wilson now off the bootleg. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. That's Darius Leonard, the linebacker who got in and got him to the turf.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. If points result, we'll call this play significant.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. Left side complete to Lockett. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Let him know.
Wilson will throw again. And he finds Penny. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
58, right there. I got one. One left. 58, Mike. Here we go. Check 3,
On first down, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete to Butler. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Go. Get wide.
Throwing again here, Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Kick is good.
Myers connects on the PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate.
Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got...
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Watch safety creeping.
They go play action with Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
Number 14,
DK Metcalf, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. You normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into Danger Russ. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it first and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and that'll bring up second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. That took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
He's got his tight end, Burton. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Call it a pickup of 7, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
To throw is Morgan from the gun on 3rd down. Going up top, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that when he gets to the sidelines, the coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Will Dissly, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. He's got a man complete.
Oh, we got plenty of fight, baby.
20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Morgan to throw.
I'm going to come back to
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Jason Myers.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 16 yards, a 1st down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
His throw caught right around the 6. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver?
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Hey, check 24, check 24. Check 14, run it.
They go play action now. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It got his man complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, as the first half is winding down, and the Seahawks add on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. They're not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to do.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. We've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
It's just me and you.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then what?
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Action.
He's
Showtime, baby.
just shy of midfield, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
55. Hey, eat.
After the interception, here's Wilson. They'll lock him with a grab over the middle. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
And the Seahawks first down.
Watch A9, watch A9.
Here's Wilson to throw. Flushed out right. That is caught at the 7. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Hakeem Butler with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown.
He is good.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Michael Dixon to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
27-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now. Really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we won halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Viking 18. 56. No gain on this defense. No gain.
On first down, it's Taylor, and he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And now here is another interception. Jordan Brooks with it. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
58's the mic. Wild Bill, Wild Bill. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Jam him, jam him, jam, jam.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Man, Butler complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Throwing is Wilson. Flush to his right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Go. Motion, motion. Hey, check motion, man. Put your hands on him. Get hands on motion. Right there. Check. Fresno.
Again, Wilson. Buying time to his left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
36. Rush in.
Alert.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Got it.
55.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Open man completes it to Butler. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what does.
Watch the screen. Check.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Ben Banagoo. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Taylor. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Give him 7 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Morgan.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go.
Being chased out left.
Here we go, G.
He may try and run for this. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Morgan looks to throw it. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
45-yard line.
Let's get it. Chance.
Cowboy 80.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Tight left. 4 down. Let's go.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain of 13, it's a first down. Probably wishing that they could have had a few runs like that earlier in the game, now facing this deficit in the 4th.
Hard to criticize a run of that magnitude, but they really need those types of runs to go the distance and need bigger plays to try and get back into this one.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
57 for Mike. Watch the run.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
51 the Mike.
To throw on 3rd down, Morgan. And he'll find Pittman. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Michael Pittman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21.
Makes the score Seahawks 49, Colts 28.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
Indianapolis.
Returnable for Dorsett. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
A gain of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Following the fumble recovery, Morgan. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
7 yards, the pickup there. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
At the 6-yard line.
They'll run with Taylor. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that we have ready.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Michael Pittman
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
49.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will be cut down to 14.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
Returnable for Dorsett.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got the 2-score lead. Look, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the 4th, they got to be careful.
They definitely do, because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. He'll have a first down past the 40. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point. Let's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Grover Stewart in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Don't be scared of it.
Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. From the shotgun, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Rashad Penny, and it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This will be 3rd and forever.
55, right there in the middle.
Play action. It's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Down under 2 minutes to go. in this football game. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
At the 30-yard line.
To throw again. Accepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Throwing from the gun is Morgan. This one into the hands of Burton. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing now is Morgan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
16-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Snags it for the pick. Oh, fighting off the defender. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Steps away to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And out of bounds right around the 20. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
All go special! Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Get that quarterback at all costs.
Check! Let's go, 4 down.
Now it's Wilson. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, check Mike. Watch 55. We own them. Check.
Listen.
He's crashing. He's checking.
Hey, 0.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Throwing again. Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Hakeem Butler with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
The score, Seahawks 56, Colts 35. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Check pass, Viking 18.
They'll run on first down. Taylor. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
A big